So guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know what the video is about, you may by the title above. That is definitely a stain on the window from Halloween when eggs were thrown at our house. So yeah, grim, I know. This is a completely different video. I decided to get the lighting out, get the camera on, get a good tea and just talk. Sometimes you just need a really big talk, like a vent, or why do people always find it weird? Filming! I feel like when you get in those kind of moods, which maybe when it could be either female or male, they get into those situations where life can get tough. It can get really tough. Like that's the one thing I think is the biggest challenge in life is just overall everything. It could be any aspect, but overall life is freaking tough. From the day you're born to the day you die, like it's hard work. And there's some days where it can be really tough and it's just you facing that battle and it's quite hard. So when there's days like that, I convert to a herbal tea because I feel like this would make me a lot more chilled and calmer and much more just like a focus on kind of making myself a bit more positive in that sense, you know, and get a candle on. I find that candles really soothe me out. If you're ever feeling down, think about the most, like the real enjoyable things of life that you look forward to, that you least expect. Like I love it in the mornings when it's summer and when I wake up and I've got my window open and just feel the cold breeze. Like if you're having a bad day the night before, like just prepare yourselves. Like open that window, like wake up in the morning and feel rejuvenated. So there's always things as a person that you can definitely tackle. In this world, there's just you. You look after yourself, you look after your mind, you look after your soul, you decide for yourself, you decide on what path you take, you decide on you, and that's a really, really big decision making. It is a pressure that you will never come across at any other point, unless it's your children or your loved one. Like it's a very big challenge and it's a really hard one, and I find it's always a struggle, but you got to question yourself so much on every single thing you do. Now I notoriously am a worrier. I try not to be nowadays, but I think I get that a lot from my parents. It's just one of those environments that I've always been around. Worriers. I've been around worriers and I've been around panickers and I've been around negativity. So for me, like that's somehow like been plastered onto my mind and plastered onto my emotion, and I don't know anything different. So these past 5-6 years, since I was 19, I have struggled. I've struggled with myself, I think. And again, it goes back to the whole life is tough, and it is. But there's a way around it, and this is why I want to try and get on some more positive stuff. So as a person, you will struggle with life. Only you can make yourself happy. Happiness is a choice, as what Shay Carl would ever quote a lot. And I believe that's such a strong quote, and it's something that really digs down deep with everyone. Like no matter what situation you're from, no matter what background you come from, no matter what issue you're facing, whether it's really tiny or just humongous that the world can never know about it, like happiness is a choice. We come onto this planet as one person. We then multiply and we then group up and we kind of in a love and emotion and a caring way become two when you find a partner. That's great, but as a single person, it's your body, it's your soul, so it's very hard to try and challenge that and trying to find the right decision on what is best for you. And I think when it's tough and when life is tough and you find that you need to question yourself quite a lot about what you do, happiness. Always question what is wrong with the situation. Always question what could be good with the situation, what would you love to expect. So if you're having a really, really shit day and you're pretty much at the point where like, I don't want to be working, I don't want to be in this city, I don't want to be in this vicinity, I just want to get out, I just don't want to be around this. And think about what you want. So anyway, I would wish to I wish to take an adventure, like I want to be able to go out of the city and breathe, or I wish to make new friends, or, you know, go see friends I haven't seen for ages that would be willing to listen to you. If you're wishing that, you can do it. It can happen. You can definitely do it. There's times when I was younger, I used to just get claustrophobic with everything. When your mind gets boggled up with stuff, I'm sure you've been in that, everyone's been in that situation. When your mind just gets so clogged up with a lot more negative than positive, and you just can't filter it out. It's so hard to filter. Not everyone will listen to that filter. No one will listen to your venting, some may, and sometimes you don't want people to listen to your filter. But when you're trying to get all of that out, I used to find the happiest bit of my life that made me content. And I used to go off on a train journey out of the city for the day and just go to somewhere, whether it's close or far, didn't bother me. It was whatever really my heart kind of got really excited about. And I'd go to a little cafe, I'd sit, I'd explore, I'd go for walks, I'd take pictures, and I would draw. Not everyone has the same happy place, I guess, but that was my, like, that. Independence is so important. From the day you're born until the day that, you know, you're old with your partner or whoever, like, it's so important to have independence, because the minute you lose your own independence, you lose yourself. And I think that's really hard to try and gain back, but also as well in situations where you are by yourself and no one else. So independence is really vital, and I think if you can rely on your independence and rely on those times to breathe and escape and come back to that with just a clean slate and a filtered system in your brain, then I think you can definitely handle things when life gets tough. Life can get tough. I've been in a lot of tough situations. A lot more than I would like to remember, I think is one way of putting it. With everything I do that's amazing, I look back at that shit time and think, okay, this is getting better. I can look at this and remember this. Whereas before that, I would remember the bad stuff. So for me, like, you're always topping it. You're always playing the good trump card. You're always making sure you've got the greatest Pokemon card. Like, that's how it should always be. Always bettering yourself and always bettering your environment and where you're surrounded. So a lot of people tend to bottle up stuff, which I understand. It's not a problem, as long as it doesn't get over full. If we're talking about bottles. But sometimes I think you have to definitely release that. I bottled up for probably about a good, I want to say a good 18 years. That's a lot of bottles filled. It's a lot of bottles. Probably actually when I got a bit older than that, if anything. And it definitely made me someone I didn't want to be. It definitely makes you really aware of how much your brain and how much your soul and your mind really handles that shit, like really handles it and keeps that information for so long. Whoever you feel comfortable with, you should definitely like vent to and talk to about it. My bottling was a bit too long. I probably was probably to the point of fizzing, but I had a very big bottle and a lot of stuff in it, so it's only until now that I feel like I've vented a lot, and by doing that you breathe, and by doing that you move on to the next stage of it, and you move on and you suddenly get a bit lighter and lighter and lighter, which is great. So going over the fact that life can be tough, ways to solve it, not completely, we're not talking like Jeremy Carl overnight kind of situation. I used to be shy, not confident, as a child, as a teenager. I was bullied for, I don't even know why I was bullied, probably for being just a normal kid, I guess, but there was no straight up reason for why, and that really had an effect on me. I was bullied by a girl in my school that felt the need to bully me because her sister bullied my older sister back in their heydays. Yeah, really hope she thinks about how that was okay back then, but she really made my life hell a lot. I was quite a low point as my teens. I wasn't happy being a teenager, but for the different reasons like most teenagers. But back then I was quite shy. Now I definitely am a lot more confident. I am more willing to like talk to people. I think there comes a point where you suddenly go, right, something's got to change, do it. Say yes. And Sammy will, my best friend, will probably say, oh yeah, we say this a lot to Hannah, she never does it. When we're talking about things like relationships and dating, she used to say yes a lot to it, and she's now in a really lovely relationship with her partner, Mike. Hey. And that was just through the fault of one day suddenly going, yeah, why not, do it, just say it, yeah, done. And she's found true happiness, which is amazing, and I commend that completely. I'm quite not that confident yet, so I'm still building on that. It's giving me time. I'm trying to kind of make sure all my ducks are in a row when it comes to my life before I can really attempt that area. You've got to have a lot of confidence for yourself. Like, you've got to be telling yourself, like, come on, you can do this. I trust you. I've been there. Trust me. I've been that person that speaks themselves before, you know, something big happens or before something really scary. I do that a lot, and that is just off my own back. I've never had anyone tell me to do the right thing. I've never had anyone give me the guidance. I've never had a role model. This is purely off my own back. I think that makes a big step. And for anyone that's out there that kind of struggles to go to the next stage and finding that confidence, just imagine, like, this is my theory that I've had for a long time. I've lost a lot of friends and family members over time. They've passed away due to many different reasons, and every time that happens, it makes me a lot more stronger, because I fear death like any other person. I fear pregnancy like any other person. It depends how you are confident on making that not known. And I fear a lot of things, and the one thing is, obviously, I've lost a lot of people in my life. So when I am tackling things, and when someone goes, let's go to Barcelona next year, and I'm like, oh well, I'm not sure, I have to see what I'm doing. Fuck it. So what I say, like, just fuck it, because you will not be here tomorrow. You don't have a clue. You cannot tell whether you'll be there tomorrow. You do not know what the universe is holding for you. Like, you have no idea what the plan is. You could be here today and not here tomorrow, but the plan is to always think ahead. Think about the next couple of months. Think about the year and just do it. That is my ultimate thing. So when I am questioning things, and I am sort of debating, or I am kind of sticking to the rules or the guidelines, or going, oh well, no, we won't do it just because they said, just do it. As long as you're not, you know, causing a crime or doing illegal stuff, and it's by a certain guideline at least, just do it. I don't care what anyone else says. I hate making excuses nowadays, you know, for not going out, or for not seeing friends, or for not going on that holiday. Like, just do it, because honestly, it could be the last experience or memory that you might have. And that's how I think about it. And it sounds quite a morbid thing to obviously be talking about. Like, enjoy every second you have, and especially if life gets really fucking tough, just stand back, walk away from that shit, just walk away from it, and then head towards the people that you know will help you out, making you feel better, or helping you out to make you feel positive, away from the clutter of that horrible situation. Or do what I do and just get on a train, just go anywhere, and just sit in a town that no one knows you, no one can hassle you, switch off your phone, just sit and enjoy everything. Like, just enjoy it. I sound like a pissing hippie, and I'm not at all, but lately, when I'm having a really shit day, I just want to be somewhere else. I think recently my most inspirational people in my life that I've really kind of taken a liking to as such is, obviously, Shay Carl will always be someone that's really kind of nailed home exactly why life is so important and happiness is a choice. And I believe that is such a good quote to go by. It can relate to anything, and that's why you should always question the things you do and the things you feel. I've discovered a new person. That's probably the reason why I'm making this video, because I feel like I want to vlog every day. I want to share my life and look back at it and think, actually, the things I've vlogged are the things I really fully appreciate. Casey Neistat, based in film, he vlogs every day on his YouTube channel, and I don't know, he's got such a good atmosphere. He's always active, he's always doing something, he's always thinking of the next step, he's always thinking of inventory things, he's always exploring, he's always proactive rather than reactive. I don't know, I spent all of my day off today just watching him. I just love him. I think he's just got a great vibe and a great direction of what he wants in life, and he is constantly looking for it. Every day is a day of discovery. His content is amazing. He is creative, he is outgoing, he is non-stop, and that's what I want to be. I want to be the person that can look back on these vlogs, can look back on my photos and my pictures and look back on my memories and be like, do you know what? I may have had a shit time. I may have had a bit of a shit life up to this point, but I've definitely done everything I can in my power and my choice to do so. And I think at the moment, with how I'm thinking, happiness is a choice. I'm choosing to try and find that happiness. I'm not happy. I definitely could say right now, my life is not content. My life was content at one point in years ago, but I'm back to being unhappy, and it's a choice. So I'm making choices in my life right now to change it, whether it's, I don't know, a career change, or a style change, or a hair change. Like, little things like that can make you happy. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy this video. It's definitely something completely different. And I don't want to put a downer on everyone's evening or day, or wherever you are looking or watching from. But I think it's something that I've had on my mind for a while, and I think it's really important to share how I handle my tough life, and give some guidance, if that's what I'm going to label it as. I don't know, it's perhaps I'm able to answer some of your guys' questions and your thoughts into what you may be going through at the moment. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Please just like this video if you agree or you love what I've said, or if you have any comments or any feedback or any advice, especially from, you know, I'm still taking this kind of journey. The universe hasn't stopped moving quite yet for me. They've still got a few decisions up there of how my life may lead. So please give me some guidance if you have any to give. And yeah, I hope you really enjoyed it. It's a bit of a lengthy video, I'm sorry. So yeah, I shall see you guys next time. Have a good evening, alright? Or morning. See ya. Bye.